Demanding justice for Prem Acharya, who died after self-immolation in front of the Parliament building in New Baneshwar, youths protested in Maitigar Mandala of the capital today. The Minister for Home Affairs, Ravi Lamechhane, has said that the government's attention has been drawn to the issues raised by Acharya in his post before committing suicide. Acharya breathed his last this morning while undergoing treatment. Good evening, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Final hearing in the case of Home Minister Ravi Lamechhane's dual citizenship at the Constitutional Bench rescheduled for Friday. Designation of the Home Minister on the line if found guilty. Small and medium enterprises struggling to pay loan installments and interests. More than 12,800 business persons blacklisted within 7 months of the fiscal. German government confirms its decision to send 14 Leopard tanks to Ukraine. Kiev believes new tanks will be a game changer in its battle against Russia. And APF continued their winning run in the men's and women's categories of Tiger Cup volleyball tournament. Semi-final equations set in the women's edition of the tournament. The next hearing on the case related to the citizenship of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs, Ravi Lamechhane, has been scheduled in a constitutional bench for Friday. Hearing could not conclude today in the constitutional bench of Acting Chief Justice Hari Krishna Karki and Justices Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha, Ishwar Prasad Khatiwada, Ananda Mohan Vatrai and Anil Kumar Sinha. The bench had started the final hearing today but has rescheduled it Friday because of inadequate time. Prior to this, on behalf of the government, Deputy Attorney General Sanjeev Raj Regmi had said that the writ terming Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Lamechhane ineligible for the House of Representatives was voidable. Regmi said that the writ applicants had failed to prove that Lamechhane was not a Nepali citizen. The writ had claimed that Lamechhane had not initiated any procedure to receive the Nepali citizenship after quitting his American citizenship. Lamechhane was appointed the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister for Home Affairs on December 26 when the case had already been filed against him. Now, if the Supreme Court issues a verdict against Lamechhane, he may lose his designations of the minister and the seat in the House of Representatives. But if the Apex Court states that quitting a foreign citizenship automatically reinstates Nepali citizenship, it will set a new precedent. The federal government has been suggested numerous times by special committees and commissions to reduce the number of ministries in a bid to cut down unnecessary expenses. However, malpractice of appointing several deputy prime ministers to maintain power equation among alliance partners has continued unabated. Back in 2015, the then Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli appointed 3 deputy prime ministers while forming the cabinet. Later the same year, Oli expanded the cabinet and added 3 more deputies as he appointed Bhim Rawal, Chitra Bahadur Kesi and CP Mainali. 7 years since, the ill practice remains unchanged. At present, there are 4 deputy prime ministers in the country, each of whom gets a monthly salary of 77,640 rupees. They are also assigned up to 14 security personnel with the provision of 2 security personnel even after the end of their terms. Ironically, the incumbent Home Minister Ravi Lamechhane himself had back in 2015 protested against Oli's decision to appoint half a dozen deputy prime ministers. The state constitution has limited government from expanding Council of Ministers to more than 25 members, including the Prime Minister. But parties have ridden over the absence of clear provisions regarding the number of deputy prime ministers. The trend of appointing deputy prime ministers dates back to the term of BP Koirala-led government that had appointed Suvarna Samshar to the post. Likewise, the Monmohan Adhikari-led government in the mid-90s gave continuity to the practice. Since 2007, parties at the government have continued to use the post for maintaining power equation. Leaders Jananath Khanal and Baburam Vatrai during their respective stints as Prime Minister had also appointed 4 deputy prime ministers. While addressing the National Assembly, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal warned the members of the Council of Ministers not to air statements against federalism and republicanism. It remains to be seen if those members of the Council of Ministers who are in favor of monarchy and those against federalism follow the directive of the Prime Minister. In Tuesday's meeting of the National Assembly, discussions were held on the implementation of federalism. After hearing of the sitting government minister demanding scrapping of federalism, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal used harsh language to issue a warning. A major stakeholder of the Dahal-led government, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, had included dissolving federalism in the party's election manifesto. It has also demanded the scrapping of republicanism and establishing democracy with monarchy. The Rashtriya Prajatantra Party is in the government with one deputy prime minister and 3 ministries, and the party's ministers, parliamentarians and leaders have been vocal about their agendas in public forums. Those in favor of federalism have begun questioning if Prime Minister Dahal has read the election manifestos of the parties that are against federalism and republicanism before collaborating with them for formation of the government. CPN Maoist Center claims to be the party which introduced federalism, republicanism and secularism on its own. Another party of the ruling coalition, Rashtriya Swatantra Party, has been raising questions regarding improvement in the provincial structure and did not register any candidates for the provincial assembly election. However, parliamentarians of Swatantra Party deny of opposing federalism. While the smaller parties have not shown much interest towards federalism, members of larger parties of the coalition, CPN-UML and CPN Maoist Center, are firm in their stance of not going against the norms of the constitution while being in the government. Political analysts in favor of republicanism have termed Prime Minister's statement at the National Assembly normal and legitimate for protection of republicanism. Federalism was officially implemented in Nepal after 2017. However, questions on the essence and need of federalism have begun surfacing before the normal operation of the second term of the province governments and provincial assemblies. It therefore will be a challenge for Prime Minister Dahal to maintain balance between the both of the supporters and opposers of federalism, as both sides had extended their vote of confidence to him. Preparations have begun for the formation of the regulations of the House of Representatives with the objective of increasing the Parliament's monitoring on the works of the executive. Arrangements are also being made to extend the 72-hour period for the amendment of the bills. Informal talks were held regarding the points to be included in the new regulations at today's meeting of the Regulations Drafting Committee. The discussions delved into increasing the time period for amendment of bills and increasing monitoring of government works. Member of the committee, Suwas Nimang, suggested for amending the regulation to increase accountability of the House of Representatives to the public. Today's meeting has directed the Secretariat to formulate internal working procedure and furnish the same on Friday's committee meeting. Regulations of the House of Representatives are amended after every parliamentary election. Undeclared competition exists between the Road Division, Electricity Authority and Drinking Water to damage and repair the roads. Accidents have increased as the related departments do not repair the roads on time. And despite several directives from the government, the condition of potholes in dilapidated roads remain the same. Following formation of new governments, prime ministers and related ministers issued directives for repair and maintenance of roads. However, the related departments and local levels do not pay any attention to such directives. The same thing has happened this time as well. On the 3rd of January, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Physical Infrastructures, Narayan Kazi Shrestha, had directed for repair of Kathmandu Valley roads within 15 days, but the situation remains the same. Many potholes can be seen in busy road sections of Anamnagar, Sankhamul, New Baneshwar, Chabahil, Balazu and Kopan, among other places of the valley. Condition of inner roads of Lalitpur and Bhaktapur is the same. The Road Division has said that it is its responsibility to repair the roads even without the directive of the minister. Most road infrastructures are under the local levels. However, local levels of Kathmandu do not seem to be aware about the roads under their jurisdiction. The Public Construction Department of the Kathmandu Metropolis has attributed the shortage of gravel and sand as the reason for the petty condition of the roads. Dispute related to jurisdiction is another reason for the delay in repair and maintenance of the roads. The Road Division has said that only the national highways and strategic roads are under its jurisdiction and added that other roads are under the local levels. In quite a sharp contrast, the local levels have said that roads under 8-meter width are under their authority. Infrastructure experts are of the opinion that assigning the responsibility of repair and maintenance to contractor companies during the contract period would erase the need to wait for ministers' directives. Meanwhile, collaboration between departments related to road, electricity and drinking water is also imperative in timely repair of roads to make them free from potholes to curb the accidents. Demand for goods and services has reduced as income of consumers has not increased in proportion to inflation. With reduction in demand, small and medium enterprises are struggling to pay the installments and interest of loans taken from banking and financial institutions. This has also led to the increase in the number of blacklisted industrialists and business persons. Protests of industrialists and business persons against Nepal Rashtra Bank and the other BFIs have reduced to some magnitude after the central bank revised its policy regarding working capital loan, which benefited large businesses who had taken loans and invested them in the real estate and share market. However, the issues of small and medium enterprises caused by high interest rates have yet to be addressed. Therefore, the small and medium-scale enterprises have shared their grievances as they have at times been compelled to pick another sector or profession. While 13,250 business persons were blacklisted last year, the number has already reached 12,800 in the 7.5-month period of the ongoing fiscal year. This data clearly shows that the number of blacklisted business persons has increased because of the failure in paying their loans on time. Around 4,000 SMEs provide around 1.2 million jobs. While producing goods worth around 10 billion rupees, exports of these SMEs figure around 5 billion rupees.
Sports news.
Armed Police Force have maintained their winning run in the men's category of the Tiger Cup volleyball tournament. In their fourth match played today, APF saw off St. Joseph Club of Sri Lanka in straight sets. In the match played at the volleyball court of the Pokhara Stadium, APF won all three sets with the identical scoreline of 25-23. APF had already secured their semi-final before today's win and now have 12 points from 4 matches. In another match played today, Gandaki secured a 5-set win over Army. With the win, Gandaki have 5 points while Army have 4. Defending champions, Armed Police Force have progressed to the semi-finals of the women's category as well of the Tiger Cup Volleyball Championship as the winners of their group. In the match played at the volleyball court of the Pokhara Stadium, APF secured a 4-set win over departmental rivals Army. Having won the first set 25-17, APF lost the second set 22-25. However, they made a comeback into the match and won the next 2 sets 25-16, 25-15. With the win, APF finished the league stage with 9 points from 3 matches in the top of the group standings, while Army finished as group runners-up with 6 points. In another match played today, New Diamond secured a 4-set win over organizers Gandaki. It was the first win for New Diamond in the tournament, who came back in the match after losing the first set 19-25 to win the next 3 sets 25-15, 25-14 and 25-11. New Diamond finished third, while Gandaki failed to earn a single point but still progressed to the semi-final. All teams are in the semi-final round as only 4 teams had participated in the tournament. APF will now play New Diamond while Army will take on Gandaki in the semi-finals. Susma Tamang of Nepal has finished as the runner-up in the Asian Under-22 Boxing Championship. In the women's 48 kg category final held in Bangkok, Thailand today, Tamang lost 5-0 to Fozilova Farzona of Uzbekistan. Sushma had already secured the least of a silver medal after she had seen off Baysenval Janarguli of Mongolia in the semi-final. Earlier, she had secured a quarter-final win over Pham Thi Kinhan of Vietnam. Despite losing the final, Sushma has become the first Nepali boxer to play in the final and win a silver medal in any Asia-level tournament. This is the biggest achievement of boxing in its 46-year history in Nepal. Prior to this, Nepal had won a bronze in the Asian Games and other championships. Meanwhile, Hema Rai, Trisha Gazebu and Bijay Bhatt won bronze in 57 kg category, 75 kg category and 86 kg categories respectively. 3 Nepali men and women had participated in the championship. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked, why has the issue of players' facilities not made it to the authorities' priority? 38% were for A, lack of professionalism, 31% were for B, ignorance on part of concerned association, and 31% were for C, government apathy. And now here is our today's question. What should be done to protect small and medium enterprises? Your options are A, business-friendly policies, B, improved bank loan mechanism, and C, ensure market for products. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Up next is the weather update. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.